Jim Brown had a quote, rest his soul. He said, he could play in any era.
Greatest quote, greatest compliment I ever gotten athletically. Greatest compliment I ever gotten athletically.
How different is the game today than when you played?
Other than the defenses imposing their wills, and you don't have to be a technician. I prided myself in being a technician.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting out of my break with the best of them. Deion was a lot faster, and I'm developing a counter to his speed, a counter to Deion, and we're using Deion because he's one of the greats. I'm using prime. Deion's speed, I got to counter it with power. There ain't no sense in me and you running 40, 50, 60 yards. You're probably going to win that one. Okay, there's sense to be doing it. But I tell you what I will do. Let's see what you look like after 8 catches, and you got to make 6 tackles. Let's see what you look like after 8 slants, 8 hitches, 8 comebacks, 8 curls. Because now I'm putting him in what I feel, ain't got nothing to do with him. I'm putting him in what I feel his uncomfort zone is. Hanford Dixon and Frank Minifield, Albert Lewis and Kevin Ross, Carl Lee and Najee Muhammad, straight up bump and run corners. I got
T-Mac and watching the Lionel.
Yes, I gotta counter what you do well. In countering what you do well, I'm bringing power. I'm bringing 220 pounds, and I want contact. You know, back then they didn't have smoke, but I wanted that smoke. I want to see you make this tackle, because that was my way of imposing my will on them.
Andy Reid said if you didn't get hurt, you would go down as maybe the greatest receiver to play the game. How was Andy as a coach? Andy was a tight end coach.
Yes. Fun-loving, outstanding, very intelligent, and really in tune with the team. What Mike Holmgren did was prepared all those guys to be head coaches.
Yep.
He did a really good job of that. I love Mike to this day because he was a lot like I try to be. He just gave it away. You want information? Here it is.
Yeah.
You want money to a fault? Here it is. You want time? Here it is. And Andy Reid is a spitting image of Mike Holmgren because you see how Patrick Mahomes plays? Without restriction. Just give it away. Go ahead and play your way. I'll adjust.
Wow.
Loved the way Andy was with me in Green Bay and how he's doing now in Kansas City.
Who's the toughest corner you played against?
Ricky Reynolds in Tampa, Don Griffin in San Francisco, and in my division also, I would say Carl Lee. Ricky Reynolds and Don Griffin were technically sound, as fast as me, wanted to make every tackle.
Yeah.
Carl was difficult because he was long. He had really good speed. He wasn't above average in speed, but he was long. And he was technically probably the most dominant corner technically that I played against.
Right.
Because he was all about the positions. Because if I hit my positions, I put you in the positions I need you to be in for me to cover you. So those 3 guys, because I played against Don, he was in my division every year, and then I played against Carl, who was in my division every year.
Because you faced time, what, once or twice?
Twice here. Once at Fulton County, once in the Dome.
Right.
And
Time said he didn't want no problems. He said you were just too strong.
Only because of what he brought at the time, what he brought to the table. In Fulton County, he was everywhere. Inside, outside, he followed me. When we played in the Dome was the probably the only time I remember, Tim McKay, hey man, what you doing here? It ain't gonna end well for you. And only because that's how I talk. I was trash talking, friendly but personal.
Right.
But those 3 guys, Carl Lee, Don Griffin in San Francisco, Ricky Reynolds in Tampa, technically were the 3 probably when you talking cover and tackling, because you had to block them.
Right.
Because they wanted to make the tackle on the running back, so you had to block them. They were probably the 3 technically most sound guys I played against.
Who's your favorite player to watch? When you're standing on the sideline and you watching somebody else?
Anthony Carter, by far. And I'm not talking, I probably can't tell you a catch Anthony Carter made in the NFL. But when I saw number 1 at Michigan, I was like, that's it right there.
Yeah.
That right there is what I want. I know what I want to be now.
Right.
I want to be that right there. Anthony Carter was my favorite player. And I met him once in the airport after he and I were both done playing. Right. Anthony Carter, when he was at Michigan, there ain't nobody better.
What was your favorite route?
Smoke.
Man, you just want to catch a hitch?
Yes, sir. If you throw it 40 yards and I go 70, if you throw it 15 yards and I go 40, but if you throw it behind the line of scrimmage and I run over 2 guys and pick up 14 yards, they remember. You remember. And so I just wanted the ball in my hands. So when I got Mike Holmgren and he called Smoke, Thunder, and Smoke, Thunder, Omaha, man, 3-step Lion, Denver, Colorado. When we got those where we were just running hitches, slants, stops, slant goes, get it to me as quick as possible.
Do you have a pregame routine?
No one could touch my hands. So I was never a high five.
Right.
Nobody, because I said if nobody can touch my hands, nobody can get in my head. But my pregame routine was when I got one in the NFL, because remember, I didn't come out in college. And the NFL was just to come out and just to be out, enjoy looking around, stadium, fans, see friends that you developed. I got a chance to spend time with you on the, during pregame.
Maybe you were out in the line at Tampa. Y'all was on the road to Tampa, and I was in the pregame line.
Pregame line, high-fiving us when we came out. And Lindy was like, "Who the hell is that?" I was like, "It's my brother."
They invited me to come back because you showed out. You had over 100.
Yeah, sure did. But no, I didn't really have a pregame routine. I was just more of, I'm ready to go. Let's go.
Right. You played with Terry Crews. What was T. Crews like, man?
I thought, and it just showed, Terry was one of the guys that showed me I didn't know what I was looking at.
Right.
But he was fun. He worked hard, and I say he really wanted the NFL.
Right.
He put in the time, he put in the effort, and I was really, I can say I was disappointed when Terry got let go because I thought with his size, his strength, and his speed, he would definitely make our team.
Right. The playoffs, you had a couple, your first playoff game, Detroit. 3 touchdowns, the game-winning touchdown. What do you remember about that game?
That I was trying to come out on the game-winning touchdown. I was trying to come out of the game because of my
that turf toe.
Turf toe.
Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that subscribe button, where you never know who's going to be joining us for drinks and conversation. Don't be late to the party because we like to do something before 2 something.